Hello everybody, it is Lisa Brown from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting. This is one of my older videos that I've repurposed for you guys. Finding these old videos as I'm downloading them. Some of them I'm changing into some short videos so that I could add them back to my page. I love making scrap wood picture frames. This was a picket that we had that I sanded it down and I just had it stored and I thought I'd go ahead and use it today. Went ahead and did some Waverly White chalk paint on it. Or just dry brushing it on. Front, back, the sides, and the ends. This is kind of warped just a little bit, and it's okay because it just makes it stand better when you put it in your shelf. Once we have all that on, we're going to go ahead and dry it really good. And I did cut out most of the drying here. I probably could have cut out some of the painting, but it's not going to be a very long video. If you guys can just hang on, we'll get it done. You want to make sure your paint is dry in between coats. Now I'm just taking some really pretty blue and dry brushing that on top, and we'll go the same thing over the sides and the back to finish it off. And we will dry that really good. I don't want a whole lot on there, but just enough to give it a little bit of color. Now, once that's dry, I have like some little bitty metal pieces that we're going to use Miss Lillian's Rust Kit. And you want to start out with the yellow, and it is kind of a bright yellow, and it has kind of a sandy texture to it. We're going to put all these pieces here, and this was a little corner piece I had. Well, that's actually the top piece we got for the picture to hold on. I want to make sure that's good and dry in between each of our coats. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of orange on them, and we're going to let these set aside. And then we're going to work on putting the faux leather that I have. I had bought this in a bag at a little store here in town. He has just a little bit of everything in there. I'm using some nail heads, and I'm glad that this is a voiceover because it has, you won't be able to hear this, me nailing this. And then I dropped it on the floor and had to pick it up because I only have 4 of them. I had to poke it through that tough leather because it is a really good piece. It's more of a suede leather is what it is. So it's a little harder to pull through. We're going to go ahead and put it on, and we're going to nail it down to the top part. I'm going to come down about 1 inch or so. And we're just going to tap it on, and then we'll put the one on the other side. And then we'll work down on the bottom. And I already have that one poked through, so we're going to go ahead and nail that one off. And we're just going to trim it off on the sides there. We're going to go ahead and do another one. And here I am just searching for all of my little nail heads, looking high and low for them. And they had to be there somewhere because I just had them. Looking everywhere. And then I look and it's just right there beside me. You'll see here in just a second, I'll find them. Once we get that poke through, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to nail it down. And if you have something called an awl, which puts like a hole in something, that would be great to put a little hole in this leather instead of trying to make it go through with your bare hands. Once we get these all tapped on, we'll trim it off the same way. And you could get nail heads at Michael's. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. Upholstery stores have them. I think you can even order them from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. And these are just the plain nail heads. They're nothing special to them. They're just little bitty dots. But they are rustic looking. I'm going to have to find some more of this wood like this. I'd like to make one for Griffin and one for TJ. Now we're taking the brown and putting over those. I cut out the part mainly where we were doing the orange. Or maybe I didn't do that. Now we're just putting the orange on those pieces there. And those are like corner pieces so that I can use them on to hold the picture in. And that is just a piece of decorative metal that we're going to put on. And I actually think I use those on the next one that's going to come on tomorrow. I'm going to take some rusty wire, and you can get this from Amazon. Michaels sometimes have it. Sometimes Hobby Lobby has it. You can even get it at a hardware store. You just need a thin gauge rusty wire. I think I got this off of Amazon. It came in like these little rolls, and there was 5 or 6 rolls to it. It wasn't that expensive. Now you could probably even get it off of Temu. I'm going to wrap this around, and there we go. I'm trying to yank it off in the back there, and then finally I just took my scissors and cut it. And then I decided to try to wiggle that piece there off because it was almost off. I'm just bending it back and forth. How many times has somebody done this? I know I do it quite often. And eventually we get it off. Make sure you press down those little pieces though. Make sure you don't poke yourself. Or if a child picks up their own picture frame, they won't poke themselves. Now I'm just stirring up that brown, and we're going to go ahead and dab the brown on these orangey pieces that we're trying to rust. And this just tones down the yellow and the orange, and it will look rusty. And will also feel rusty because this has kind of a texture built into it. Right there you can see just a little bit of the yellow, a little bit of the orange, and the brown. Now I took a little one of those blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue my star up there because it's hard to glue down a star. And then we're going to go ahead and put our picture in, and you guys will see a completed picture frame. Have a great day, everybody.